Hello, we're here at third stage of the women's Itzulia tour, and well, the Spanish have caught us out. They brought the stage forward by 40 minutes, so I better dash around, get a bit of tech and have a look at not so much the fancy top tier bikes of the Women's World Tour, but those lower level team bikes, because well, let's be honest, they're the interesting ones. I might have even seen rim brakes. Let's crack on.
Yo no me muevo, no pasa nada, ya me ven.
Ali! Might be a short stage, but you still need your toilet breaks. Preparation, or is it piss poor preparation, provides, you know the saying. Right, let's enjoy. Let's kick off the tech with Sophie Women's team, one of the smaller continental teams there, but they've been around a few years. Just like last year, they're still on the MMR bikes. In this case, it's the Miracle RG model, which stands for Racing Geometry, but if you jump on the MMR website, you won't find that model. I'm guessing these are old stock, but it goes to show you don't need the latest stuff to be racing a World Tour event. And just like last year, the team are again on the high mod wheels, another brand that you have to do a fair bit of searching for on the internet to find anything about them. Now the wheels look like they've been well used, and so do the tyres, which are Continental Gator skins, a rubber that's generally reserved for winter training, heavy training. The group set is mechanical Ultegra. Bars and stem comes from Ritchie. But what was interesting, it was tucked away behind all the other MMR bikes, was a Chapter 2. Now I did ask about this and they said it was one of the new signings who had only just come on board in the past couple of weeks and they've not had a chance to build her a bike up yet. Next up was Massey Tactical team from over in Catalonia, who were on, is it safe to say, the giant of the Spanish manufacturing world, Massey. Group sets was Shimano Ultegra Di2 with a few modifications. They had an oversized pulley wheel from a brand called Split Second, and wheels were a mixed bag. There was a couple of fulcrums there, but most were rolling on Massey branded 40mm deep carbon wheel sets. What was a bit wild though was some of the angles that they had the bars at. They were pointing down pretty severely in some cases. Pedals are from Ashioma, which have an integrated power meter. Over at British Team Life Plus Wahoo, they are again for another year riding that northern bike brand Ribble. In this case the endurance model. Apart from having one of the best paint jobs in the Peloton, they are again rolling on Mavic wheels, in the most part the Cosmic Carbon SLRs. Those are wrapped in GP 5000 tubeless tyres, and the finishing components all come from Level, Ribble's in-house brand tubeless tyres, and of course being a Wahoo sponsored team, they're on the Wahoo Speed Play Power Meter pedals. Now EF Education first aren't the only team in the Peloton to have a pink jersey. There's actually the Be Pink team management team. It's a bit of a mouthful. This squad uses the Reussers with a few of last year's team bikes on the roof. The rest of the race bikes are the latest Reusser 838, a very classy looking understated bike. Keeping things Italian, well, you've got Deader bars, stem and seat post, as well as Deader wheels. Group set comes from SRAM, and in this case some very well used force. To finish off the Italian theme, the saddle comes from Repentant, a brand that I don't think actually sponsor any of the men's World Tour teams. All in all, a very tidy package.
It's very difficult for la Itzulia. Y nunca en etapa. Yo por el deporte.
As for another relatively local team, Bizkaia Durango, please harass me in the comments below about my pronunciation. They were on a relatively local bike brand as well, BH in this case. Wheels from Vision, and well, there was a real mixed bag of tyres, everything from Continental all the way through to Michelin and Vittoria. There didn't seem to be any standard at all across the whole team. And again, group set was for the most part Ultegra Di2, but with a rotor chain set instead. Now, apart from there being the RS model BH bike that most of the teams was using, there was also the Aero model, which, to be honest, looks like it's kind of been in a crash. Look at them forks. I'll tell you what else is upsetting, apart from the race starting 40 minutes early, is that the bar that they seem to be towing around the race from start to start is just bloody shut. Now obviously the Basque region is, well, cycling heaven, at least I'm going to say it is because I live here. But this year San Sabastian doesn't just see a bit of race action with the race today, but also I think stage 2 of the tour comes through here, because the Basque region is where the Grand Depart is this year. Bilbao's where the Peloton will roll out on the 1st of July. And if you do come here, you'll probably be able to get about 5-6 stages in within sort of an hour of San Sabastian, an hour and a half, something like that. Now, the plan is to bring you a bit of a build up to the race, because, well, pretty easy for me, is only 40 minutes from San Sabastian, and I want to show you what the region's like, what it's got on offer, not just the coffee, the cake, but also the bike riding. So stay tuned to this channel, and hopefully I'll be able to get out when it's not looking so bleak, to show you the lay of the land, the route, and what you've got coming up in July. Now, I promised you rim brakes, and Spanish team Soltec have delivered the goods with Italian bike brand Vittoria. The model is about the 5th tier if you look on the website, Velo SL. But looking at it, it seems a pretty well-rounded frame set. And of course, being a rim brake bike, you need those braking surfaces on the rims, and well, Cox deliver the goods. Yeah, pretty unfortunate name. But I've got to say, this team's probably the ones with the quickest wheel changes in the Peloton now. Just look at them skewers. I don't want to say old school, but old school. Tufo supply the tubulars with the SS3 Pro in a 24mm, and you won't believe it, but they're rolling on Shimano 105 group sets. There's a few deviations here and there. A couple of them had FSA Omega chain sets, or a chain set from a brand called Magine, which actually looked pretty tidy because the chain rings were a one-piece machine construction. But come on mechanics, let's see a little bit of love for them chains. Now, what is interesting to note on a lot of the women's teams is, though there is saddle sponsors for a lot of the teams, a lot of deviations seem to go on. Like, you might see a lot of Celitalia on 90% of one team, and there might be the odd, I don't know, Bontrager or Specialized thrown in there for good luck. It definitely seems to be that the women's teams allow the riders to have that freedom of choice a bit more than you see in the men's peloton. Got to keep comfortable. Let's be honest here, the women's UAE team have much better looking bikes than the men's team. Here we are, Columbia Pacto, I think that's how you pronounce it. Have not just got rim brakes, they've got disc brakes, so I feel sorry for the mechanics here. They're going to have to be carrying 2 different types of wheels, obviously. And as for the brand, never heard of them. Hi. Ciao! Au revoir, bonjour. Manishka, one of them, no. Yeah, my Basque isn't up to scratch. Working out what language half of these teams speak is, well, difficult. It's like when you've got kids and you say, Jim, Bob, Carol, Steve, Julia. Anyway, enough of my mumbling. It's been a good day here at the start of stage 3 of the Itzulia Tour. Some very interesting bikes, some very interesting equipment choices. 105, would you believe it? So, let me know in the comments below what you think, what ones are fancy, what ones are surprising. Right. Oh. Right, I better move before I get run over. Yes, Thanks for watching. Enjoy your riding. Till next time. Ta-ra.